Rain poured down in relentless sheets, soaking through Daniel's worn-out jacket as he ran toward the bus stop. The interview of his life was just across town, a chance to finally give his little girl, Emily, the stability she deserved. His heart raced faster than his feet as he clutched the folder containing his resume, references, and every dream he had left. But fate, it seemed, had other plans. Just as the bus pulled up, Daniel saw her, an elderly woman standing by the curb, struggling with her grocery bags as the wind whipped them across the wet pavement. For a split second, he hesitated. The bus doors opened with a hiss. His mind screamed, "Go! You can't miss this one." But then he saw her slip, one of the bags tumbling into the street, oranges rolling into oncoming traffic. Without thinking, Daniel dropped his folder, sprinted to her side, and grabbed her before she fell. The bus doors closed behind him and drove away. The woman looked up, tears of gratitude in her eyes. "You didn't have to stop, son," she whispered. Daniel smiled softly. "Ma'am, I think sometimes we do things not because we have to, but because it's right." He helped her gather her things, walked her home through the rain, and didn't once check the time. When he finally reached his apartment, his shirt clinging to his back and his shoes squelching with every step, he found Emily coloring at the kitchen table. She looked up, eyes bright. "Daddy, did you get the job?" Daniel froze for a moment, forcing a smile. "Not yet, sweetheart," he said gently. "But we'll be okay. I promise." That night, after Emily went to sleep, Daniel sat alone in the dim kitchen, staring at his phone. One missed call. One voicemail. The company had moved forward with another candidate. His chest tightened. He'd been so close. Still, as he thought about the old woman's trembling hands, he couldn't bring himself to regret his choice. He'd taught his daughters something more valuable than success, kindness. Days turned into weeks. Bills piled up, and Daniel picked up extra shifts fixing cars at a local garage. Life trudged forward, heavy but honest. One afternoon, he received a call that startled him, a reschedule invitation from the same company. "Our CEO personally requested to meet you," the HR voice said. Daniel blinked in disbelief. "Me? But I missed." "Yes," the woman interrupted. "He knows. Please be at the office Monday morning." Monday arrived with the first rays of a golden sunrise. Daniel put on his only suit, the same one from his failed interview, carefully pressed and slightly frayed at the cuffs. Emily hugged him tightly before he left. "You got this, Daddy," she said with a grin. As he entered the towering glass building, his reflection looked smaller against the gleaming walls. Receptionists, assistants, and candidates hurried past, all polished and confident. Daniel felt the familiar sting of self-doubt creep in. What if this was another false hope? He was led into a grand boardroom, walls of glass overlooking the city, executives seated around a long mahogany table. At the far end stood the CEO, a woman in her 60s, elegant and calm. She turned, her eyes meeting Daniel's, and widened in recognition. For a heartbeat, no one spoke. Then, softly, she said, "Mr. Cole. I believe we've met." The executives exchanged confused glances. Daniel's mind raced. He had never met a CEO before. But then she smiled. "3 weeks ago. You helped me when I fell near the bus stop. You missed your interview because of me." Gasps filled the room. The HR director fumbled with her notes. Daniel stood frozen, unsure if this was a dream or judgment day. The CEO continued, her voice trembling slightly. "That day, you reminded me that decency still exists in this world. I didn't know your name then, but I never forgot your face. When I learned we had rejected your application, I personally asked to meet you again." The room fell utterly silent. She looked around the table, then back at Daniel. "Ladies and gentlemen, if this company is to grow, it needs men like him, people who choose humanity over ambition. Mr. Cole, welcome to our team." Daniel's eyes blurred. He blinked rapidly, words failing him. "Ma'am, I don't know what to say." She smiled warmly. "Just keep being who you are." When he walked out of that room, sunlight breaking through the clouds, Daniel felt the weight of the world lift from his shoulders. He called Emily the moment he stepped outside. "Sweetheart," he said, voice shaking with emotion, "Daddy got the job." Her laughter on the other end filled his soul. That night, he tucked her into bed, whispering, "You see, baby? Even when life doesn't go as planned, doing the right thing always comes back to you." And as she drifted off to sleep, Daniel realized, sometimes, the doors that close are the very ones that lead us to where we truly belong.